Alrighty then. Okay, so this is today's broadcast part two. Um, as I have had to as I've had to kind of do a part two because the power went out here, and because of that, um, we're running things a little differently here. Continue from where I left off the last time. So where I left off before. As soon as I finish getting everything set up here. Alrighty then. Alright. I'll make any other milder. Okay, so anyways, I should get over to the site now. Alright, there we are. Uh, let's see if this. Yeah, I know. I'm just right now just trying to get the shares out of the way here for this new. You guys can share it, and we will continue in a moment here as soon as I can get all this um taken care of. Okay. Anyways, you'll probably will need to watch both episodes to get the full context of all the content. Um, I'm just gonna once I get all the shares and stuff taken care of here, I'm gonna go ahead and just continue from where I left off before. Oh, actually, I should have probably. Actually, forgot that since I'm now on this part right here, I should go ahead and add this part to it as well. Some of these other sides I use. Ah, crap. Mm. Yeah, be patient, guys. That's what I'm trying to do here. I will get to content as soon as I just get the shares taken care of here. Let's see. All right. I know I know we've been kind of dead time here. Just again, just because I'm just trying to get everything set. So now it kind of all caught up finally. Okay. Alrighty then. I thank you for the like and the share. Um. Alrighty then. So now that we got all that, so basically, as soon as I can find my way back to. Okay. All right. So now that we've dealt with that garbage, if you guys want to go back and look over the anime news stories, you can go back to the video that immediately precedes this for the Mikestand for 21-22 without the part in it, just up to that. This, of course, is just a continuation of tonight's broadcast. So this broadcast is basically in two parts, unfortunately, because our local Edison company decided to be a little screwy tonight. Anyways, so with that being said, let's get back to the news articles. Finally, so we got some comics articles to go over, and then we will do the wrestling wrap up, and then we'll get the show finished. And yes, we will get the show finished tonight, barring any other unforeseen circumstances. Anyways, with that being said, let's get back to it here. So here's the next article we're going to go over. DC kills off the Justice League in next week's releases. Writer Joshua Williamson and artist Rafa Sandoval kill nearly every Justice League member in Justice League number 75 alongside other new releases by Sean Gibbon, released or published 9 hours ago. All right, so DC Comics is killing off the Justice League next week. So I think this is, in next week's release. So this is part of the. And if there's anything here that want to ask about or catch your attention, just go ahead and mention it. Let me just check something here. I should have checked this earlier. I thought, it is gonna be what I thought it was. Okay. Anyways, arriving in time for the 30th anniversary of the death of Superman is Justice League number 75, titled Death of the Justice League, and written by Joshua Williamson with art by Rafa Sandoval. The issue will not only wrap up the Justice League title that launched back in 2018, but will kill off every Justice League member save for one, meaning heroes like Batman. So basically, I believe this is their way of trying to get rid of legacy characters so they can do whatever they want with them. Basically, the way they don't have to pay the original creators royalties or anything like that. So heroes like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are possible casualties. The event will serve as the direct precursor to Dark Crisis, a new DC event that has been brewing in the pages of Williamson's various works, ranging from Infinite Frontier to Justice League Incarnate and beyond. There is more for readers to pick up on Tuesday, though. Anyways, as we continue on here, comic titles other than Justice League will come to a close next week, such as Trial of the Amazons, a crossover between Wonder Woman, Nubia and the Amazons, and Wonder Girl. The Wonder Woman-centric event will release its second bookend issue, Trial of the Amazons number 2, to conclude a 7-part storyline that killed off the Amazon's former queen, Hippolyta. Meanwhile, the Joker and Aquaman Green Arrow Deep Target will also come to an end with their respective 14th and 7th issues. Other notable mentions from DC include continuation of the Shadow War crossover event with Deathstroke Inc. number 8, Robin number 13 out, the penultimate issue of Teen Titans Academy, and the start of a brand new Detective Comics arc featuring Riddler's return. The full list of releases can be found alphabetically below, and below covers and solicitations included. So here we go. Action. So this is action. Here's some of the Action Comics number 1042, which I know was recently recently talked about a bit. Written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, art and cover by Riccardo Federici. Um, $4.99 US, 40 pages, $5.99 US variant cardstock on sale April 26th, which will be this Tuesday, I believe. So, the origins of Mongol, his mysterious champions, and the Midnighters' underground rebellion stand revealed. When another of Superman's truest allies is killed, will the tragic loss end the rebellion before it begins, or will it be the spark that finally unites Superman forces against the unstoppable Mongol? The Warworld Revolution begins, also featuring the finale to the epic Martian Manhunter backup series. Aquaman, Green Arrow, target number 7, written by Brandon Thomas, art by Ronan Clickett. Um, all right, so we got the let's see, $3.99 US, 32 pages, 7 of 7 variant, $4.99 US cardstock on sale the 26th. All these books I think are on sale the 26th, so unless otherwise noted, I won't mention that anymore. This is it. Everything has led our heroes to this moment in time. Aquaman and Green Arrow must beat the clock to take down Scorpio and reset the timeline if their aim is off by even an inch. All will be lost. Aquaman number 3. And I guess this is a cover for that. Aquaman number 3, written by Chuck Brown and Brandon Thomas, art by Max Rayner. $3.99 US, 32 pages, $4.99 US US cardstock. While Jackson Hyde's investigation into the Atlantean sleeper agents leads him into the dark and dangerous streets of Gotham City, Arthur struggles with his own secrets and the rift that his past mistakes are creating in his future with Mara. Danger lurks in the darkness of Gotham's shadows, but so does a surprising ally. Batman Beyond the White Knight. Batman Beyond the White Knight number 2, written by Sean Murphy, art and cover by Sean Murphy, variant cover by Sean Murphy. $4.99 US, 32 pages, 2 of 8, 17 plus. Let's see. The humble beginnings of Terry McGinnis are revealed as Bruce Wayne becomes Gotham's most wanted man. Um, with the GTO on the case, does Captain Dick Grayson have what it takes to bring down his old mentor? It's father versus son in the next chapter of this fan favorite series. Plus, an unexpected ally from Bruce's past could hold the key to saving the future. Harley Quinn is back and ready to knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Go beyond the Gotham you know to discover an engrossing new take on the city and its heroes. Welcome to Neo Gotham and the world of Beyond the White Knight. And this looks like another Batman right here. Dark Knights of Steel, number 6, written by Tom Taylor. Boo! Art by Yasmin Putri. Cover by Dan Mora. 3.99 US, 32 pages, 6 of 12. Variant 4.99 US cardstock. Kingdoms are divided. Kingdoms are divided. Monarchs have fallen. Families have been torn apart. The Kingdom of Storms, the Amazons, and the Elves are on the brink of an all-out war. Can Constantine, Lois Lane, Harley Quinn stop what's coming? Or is the prophecy correct? Do Superman and his family have to die to save the world? There's Deathstroke number 8, Shadow War Part 3, written by Joshua Williamson, art by Paolo Pantalena, cover by John Boy Myers. 3.99 US, 32 pages, variant 4.99 US cardstock. Deathstroke and Respawn are on the run. Deathstroke Inc. has been destroyed and his villain associates killed by the demon's shadow. Deathstroke must explain to Batman why he killed Ra's al Ghul. But first, he must survive the hundreds of deadly killers coming for him. All right, before I read the next one there, let's see. Let me just get it. I'm gonna I need to step away for a moment. I'll be right back. Uh, Here's some music to listen to while I'm gone. All right, I'm back now. Okay, so with that, let's get back to this. Detective Comics 1059, written by Mariko Tamaki and Nadia Shamas. Art and cover by Ivan Reis and Danny Miki. 4.99 US, 40 pages, variant 5.99, cardstock. Riddle me this. When is a criminal not a criminal? The answer awaits you in the start of a brand new Detective Comics story arc from writer Mariko Tamaki. Um, Guest co-writer Nadia Shamas and legendary artist Ivan Reis. The Riddler is back in Gotham City in a big way, becoming a media personality and using his newfound influence to wreak havoc on the Dark Knight. As Batman chases down clues to put an end to the Riddler's machinations, the clock ticks away for the citizens of Gotham whom Edward Nygma has placed in the line of fire. Then, in Gotham Girl Interrupted, Part 1, the superpowered Claire Clover returns to the city that helped ruin her life to get psychiatric treatment at the new Arkham Tower. But when Gotham Girl's newfound semblance of normalcy is rocked by a murder mystery, she finds someone unexpected at the heart of the crime herself. Oh, there's Harley Quinn there. The panels there. And there's Harley Quinn number 14. Written by Stephanie Phillips, art cover by Riley Rosmo. 3.99 US, 32 pages, variant 4.99 US cardstock. I'm innocent, I tell ya. I might currently be stuck in Blackgate Penitentiary for multiple homicides, thanks to a growing body of evidence points right to me, Harley Quinn, as the murderer. But for once, it was not Harley Quinn in the alley with the baseball bat. Someone's obviously trying to frame me, and I gotta figure out who and why if I want to clear my name before I end up spending the rest of my days behind bars with a bunch of ladies who really don't seem thrilled that I'm here. Not to mention, I look terrible in orange. I could just hear Arlene Sorkin, who of course voiced Harley Quinn in the DCAU, um, the DCAU properties, in this role. She's the one who really made it work. Hmm. The Joker, number 14, final issue, written by James Tynion IV, art by Giuseppe Camuncoli and Cam Smith. 5.99 US, 40 pages, all covers cardstock. All the hunters converge on the Sampson estate as a brutal conclusion to the first quote unquote season of The Joker is here. Bullets will fly, blood will be shed, and will James Gordon be forced to make the choice he's been dreading since issue number 1? Punchline backup. Punchline walks free, and the Royal Flush Gang is desperate for a new queen. The underworld of Gotham City is going to change forever. And this last chapter of Punchline is only the beginning. Justice League number 75. Written by Joshua Williamson, art by Rafa Sandoval. Justice League number 75. 6.99 US, 48 pages, all on cardstock. Oversized special issue. Superstar writer Joshua Williamson pens the beginning of the next big DCU event. It all starts here. A new dark army made up of the DCU's greatest villains has formed on the edges of the multiverse. DCU's best and most powerful heroes are pulled together in an epic war to push the darkness back. But in the end, they are no match for it. That's right, you heard here first. The Justice League are killed by the Dark Army, with only one survivor to warn the remaining heroes of Earth about what is coming for them. Final issue. Robin, number 13, Shadow War, Part 4, written by Joshua Williamson, art and cover by Roger Cruz and Norm Rapmund. $3.99 US, 32 pages. Variant, $4.99 US, cardstock. Robin and Ravager have caught up with Deathstroke and Respawn. Can they convince Deathstroke to turn himself in or fight to the death? And what startling revelation does Robin learn that shocks this story to its core? Plus, Batman goes deep into the conspiracy behind Ra's al Ghul's death and discover it's bigger than he thought. He must call in backup, just not the backup you'd expect. Rogues number 2. That might be Gorilla Grodd right there. Written by Joshua Williamson, art by Leomax. 99 US, 48 pages, 204, Prestige Plus, 8.5 by 10 and 7/8. 17 plus. You might think you know Gorilla City, but you don't. Not a soul who has gone looking for the secret kingdom has ever returned. You'd think the rogues would know better than to go searching, but they either don't know or just don't care. The down on their luck ex-cons are back together for the heist of a lifetime. But every time Captain Cold thinks he's got things all figured out, the rug is pulled out from under him. And even if they make it to Gorilla City alive, they have a version of Gorilla Grodd, unlike anything you've ever seen waiting for them. Continuing this groundbreaking neo-noir take on some of DC's greatest villains. CU greatest villains. Anyways, let's see if anybody popped in to say hi. Guess not. Yeah. I'm on right now. The Swamp Thing number 12, written by Ram V, or Ram 5, depending on how it's said. Art and cover by Mike Perkins, $3.99 US, 32 pages, 12 or 16. Variant $4.99 US cardstock. Tefe Holland and Jennifer Reese dive into the green to recover Levy, but soon find that the Swamp Thing may not want to return. Meanwhile, Dr. Woodrew's strange procedure with the remains of the Pale Wanderer has resulted in unintended consequences, and the world itself may never be the same because of it. Teen Titans Academy number 14. Written by Tim Sheridan, art by Tom Derrick, $3.99 US, 32 pages, variant $4.99 US cardstock. It's a fresh start for the students and staff of the newly rechristened Titans Academy, quote unquote. As classes resume, two faculty members navigate the awkwardness of a new relationship, and one student on a dangerous training mission must finally face the mysterious path that haunted him all his life. Trial of the Amazons, number 2, written by Stephanie Williams and Vida Ayala, Becky Conlin, Michael W. Conrad, and Joelle Jones. Art by Joelle Jones and Elena Casagrande, Skylar Patridge, and Laura Braga. $4.99, 40 pages, 2 of 2, variant $5.99 US cardstock. With the trial postponed and the greater evil revealed, the very existence of the Amazons is at stake. A foe from Diana's past has come through Doom's doorway, seeking revenge and anarchy to destroy Wonder Woman and her people once and for all. Only then can he escape the mascara and bring man's world to its knees. Now, the Amazons must unite to save their way of life and carry out the sacred mission of peace and justice passed down to them by the goddesses all those years ago. Led by Wonder Woman, these women are now ready for the battle they've spent all their lives preparing for. Can anything stop the combined strength of the Bana Migdal, Esquisita, and the Mascarians? Find out in the final chapter of the crossover that will change the world of the Amazons for good. All these issues go on sale April 26th from DC Comics. So there we go with that one. Now we have one more comic article to go through. And then we'll start to wrap things up. Well, anyways, I got to go off. I'm going off camera for a moment. I'll be right back. All right. So, anyways, let's get ready to move on to this next article here. Marvel Spider-Man relaunch and Thor 750 headline next week's release. Writer Zeb Wells and artist John Romita Jr. relaunched The Amazing Spider-Man, while Thor's 750th issue lays Odin to rest after his heroic sacrifice. And I think both of these we did talk a bit about. Article I Strong Ribbon was 8 hours ago. This will be the last article we'll actually read. So, uh, Spider-Man and Thor celebrate their 60th anniversaries with notable releases from Marvel Comics. Leading the charge is the latest relaunch of The Amazing Spider-Man. With the series, while the series will be written by Zeb Wells, it will feature the return of Spider-Man all-star artist John Romita Jr. to promote the series. Marvel released a cryptic advertising back in January 2022 with the headline, quote unquote, "What did Peter do?" And the title's premiere issue promises that Peter will be, quote unquote, on the outs with all of his superhero allies, friends, and family, even Aunt May. While it sounds like Spidey will be going through a rough um, time in Wednesday's release, so will Thor. Though the God of Thunder is celebrating his 750th issue, next week the book will feature the funeral of the All-Father Odin. Thor's father sacrificed himself so that the hero could defeat the God of Hammers. And though Thor mourns him, the end of Thor number 23 teased that readers may not see the last of Odin's spirit. Thor number 24, Legacy number 750, will feature the work of classic and current Thor creators, including writers Jason Aaron, Donny Cates, Tom DeFalco, Al Ewing, J. Michael Straczynski, Walt Simonson, and Dan Jurgens. Art from Jurgens, Lee Garbett, Olivier Coipel, Ron French, Das Pastoras, and Nick Klein, and more. Other honorable mentions for Wednesday include the debut of Knights of X. So Wednesday, the 27th, will be be Marvel's release date. The conclusion of Ms. Marvel, Beyond the Limit, and the penultimate issues of Silver Surfer Rebirth and Star Wars Crimson Reign. A full list of releases can be found alphabetically below, covers and solicitations included. There's cover. Alien number 11. All right. Anyways, getting back to this. Alien number 11. Philip Kennedy Johnson, writer. Salvador LaRocca on the art. Sanctuary is no more. Jane and the remaining spinners are running out of ways to escape. And Hope is getting slimmer as each station they reach is decimated by the xenomorphs. Will help reach the colony in time, or will true intents of the colony destroy all hope? 32 pages, parental advisory, $3.99. Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Zeb Wells writer, John Romita Jr. art and cover, and we just obviously went all through this. What did Spider-Man do? Peter's on the outs with. Okay, yeah, we've read all this already. I'll read it anyways. Just Peter's on the outs with the Fantastic Four. He's on the outs with the Avengers. He's on the outs with Aunt May. No one wants to see Spider-Man except for Doctor Octopus. Ox on Spider-Man's tail, and the Master Planner has something truly terrible planned for when he gets his tentacles on Spidey. All that, and what does Tombstone have planned? Just in time for Spider-Man's 60th anniversary, a new volume of Amazing Spider-Man begins in 2022. Is going to be the biggest year for Spider-Man ever. Don't believe us? We brought John Romita Jr. back just for this. 56 pages, rated T plus. 5.99. We'll get Carnage here next. Hello. Yes, and I know I'm a little late tonight, or actually, I did get started early. Well, I guess they left again. All right, so Carnage number 2. Ram year 5 is the writer, Francesco Manna the art. All right. For years, the only host the Dangerous Carnage symbiote knew was Cletus Cassidy, sharing a bond unique even among symbiotes and their host. The two were the most notorious and prolific serial killers in the Marvel universe. But after the events of Extreme Carnage, Cletus Codex has found a new home, leaving the Carnage symbiote adrift, alone, and deadlier than ever. 32 pages, rated T plus, $3.99. Hulk Madness. Let's see. Hulk Grand Design Madness number 1. Jim Rugg writer, Jim Rugg art and cover. Writer-artist Jim Rugg concludes his creative reimagining of the entire history of the Incredible Hulk in this can't-miss oversized issue. You'll never look at Bruce Banner the same way again. 48 pages, rated T, $5.99. Knights of X. Knights of X number 1. Teeny Howard, writer, Bob Quinn, art. The quest begins here, where mutants are hated and feared once again. The gates to Otherworld are closed, and Captain Britain is trapped on the wrong side. Usurpers Merlin and his right-hand man, King Arthur, are now in control of the lunatic citadel. Furies, the size of sentinels, raze, R-A-Z-E, meaning to tear down, villages to the ground in their hunt for the quote-unquote witch breed. Cut off from Krakoa, Betsy Braddock is Otherworld's only hero. And to save her people, Betsy must recruit a round table of her own. The Knights of X gather to restore rightful order and rescue desperate mutants. But their quest is about to get so much bigger than that. This is the era of destiny, and the fate of Otherworld lies at the center of mutant kind's future. Don't miss this essential piece of the new Krakoa. 40 pages, rated T plus, $4.99. Ms. Marvel, Beyond the Limit, number 5 of 5. No need to hear this. Just call for 4. Samira Ahmed is the writer. Andres Genolet is the artist. Ms. Marvel and Karen face off in this epic finale. Kamala's doppelganger, Karen, is determined to take over and ruin her life. If Ms. Marvel can't stop her, with help from Bruno and Nadia Von Dyne, is this the end of Ms. Marvel for good? 32 pages, rated T plus, $3.99. Punisher number 2, written by Jason Aaron. Aziz Saiz and Paul Azaceta did the art. Punisher story to end all Punisher stories continues. The Hand has lost its way. What was once the world's most fearsome organization of ninjas and killers has found itself defeated time and again by lesser foes. One priestess believes that because the Hand hasn't had the proper leadership, the living embodiment of their dark god, the Beast. Enter the Punisher, the most accomplished murderer who has ever lived. A man determined to end his war no matter what it takes. 40 pages, parental advisory, $4.99. Sabretooth, number 3 of 5. Victor Laval, writer, Leonard Kirk, art. A Great Escape. Sabretooth and the other exiled mutants have stopped fighting each other long enough to start working together. They might not like one another, but they all want out of the pit. You'd think their biggest obstacle would be the professor or Magneto, but no, the greatest obstacle will be one of their own. 32 pages, parental advisory, $3.99. Ooh. Silk, number 4. Emily Kim, writer. Takeshi Miyazawa, art. Let's see. Spider-Man variant cover by Bengal, Old Lady Cindy. Silk becomes her newest villain's latest victim. How will she save the day when she can't even cross the street by herself? 32 pages, rated T, $3.99. Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer Rebirth number 4 of 5. Ron Mars writer, Ron Lim art cover. Jack's back. Surfer and Thanos are getting closer to retrieving the reality gem. But not if Jack of Hearts has anything to say about it. But who or what is possessing Jack to attack his silver friend? 32 pages, parental advisory, $3.99. Star Wars Crimson Reign number 4 of 5. Charles Soule writer, Stephen Cummings art with the cover by Lanil Francis Yu. The Knights of Ren have their role to play in Kira's grand scheme to destabilize the Empire, and their task is arguably the most important. Something crucial is locked away in Fortress Vader, and the Knights must steal it. A heist on the Sith-controlled furnace world of Mustafar, with the galaxy as the prize. 32 pages, rated T, $3.99. There's Thor. Thor number 24. Huh. Donny Cates, J. Michael Straczynski, Walter Simonson, Dan Jurgens, and more on the writing, Nick Klein, and more on the art. Star-studded celebration of 750 issues. After a scorched earth victory against the god of hammers, Thor and all of Asgard reel from a brutal loss. But some people are never truly gone. And in honor of 750 issues of Thor, fan favorite creators like J. Michael Straczynski and Walter Simonson return this oversized issue, celebrate the long and storied history of the God of Thunder with the writers and artists who helped build this legacy. 72 pages, rated T plus, $8.99. All of these issues go on sale April 27th, which is Wednesday, from Marvel Comics. Okay, so we're done with all the articles. We're done with all the articles. And as I said, if you wanted to, go catch up on the anime stories we did, just go back to the previous video, also dated the 21st here, without the part 2 part. So, all right, so let's get kind of caught up on some of the wrestling. So on WWE side of it, a continuation of the story that we've been kind of following. So police in New Jersey are just waiting on some test results on whether or not they're going to decide to arrest former WWE All-Star Sunny, aka Tammy Sitch. Tamara Sitch. Earlier this year, she was involved in a fatal car accident that took the life of a 75-year-old motorist. They're not, they're still trying to determine if she was drunk. Speed played a factor. And the one fact that they do know is that she was driving with a suspended license. So that's not going to look bode too well for her. Also, in other WWE news, a WWE Hall of Famer was actually apparently mentioned in the Johnny Depp, not that I'm as interested in the case itself, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard story. But apparently, Kevin Nash was mentioned, as he had a tweet. he had a tweet that apparently didn't age too well from back in 2014, where he was basically on good terms with Amber Heard. This basically in regards to I guess a post-party event or whatever, in regards to the movie Mad Mikey. So that's all for the WWE news that we have for you. In terms of AEW, last night's Dynamite saw in the main event Darby Allin defeat Andre El Olio in a coffin match. Was able to lock him in the coffin, despite interference from the AFO members Mark Quinn and the Butcher. In the opening match of the night, CM Punk defeated Dustin, the natural Dustin Rhodes, as they look now to push a potential match between CM Punk and AEW champion Hangman Adam Page. Also, Tony Khan announced last night that AEW is partnering up with New Japan Pro Wrestling for an event coming up in June. I believe it's June 26th or 29th. I can't remember what the name of the event though was, but it seems like they're going to push the Bullet Club and the Ultimate Elite there. Hook made his Dynamite debut last night. Any other things of interest? And Dr. Britt Baker advanced to the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, defeating Danielle Camilla, finishing her off with I don't remember the name of her move, but it's a combination crippler crossface mandible claw hold. So with that, let's start to wrap things up here. For each half of the show, we did end up doing 2 hours worth of content, I guess, as it were, on 2 different things. Of course, some of that was just due to the fact that it took me a while to get everything reset back up after the power outage. But with that, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up here as today being Thursday, April the 21st, 2022. I'm going to go ahead and take a look back on this day in Nietzsche history. And the first piece in Nietzsche history we're going to look at is as follows. It's kind of a little bit of a sadder note, but on this date, 50 years ago, I believe. This date, 50 years ago today, Bob Wickersham, who was an American animator, comics artist for Walt Disney, Iwerks, Fleischer Studios, Terry Toons, Warner Brothers, passed away at the age of 50 on this date back in 1962. Animator and comic artist and director Bob Wickersham passed away at the age of 50 on this date in 1952. So with that, as we continue on here, Continue on to the next piece in each history. As on this date in 1992, the fifth and final issue of Casper and Friends, from Harvey Comics, went on sale. So yes, Harvey Comics was still active all the way up until 1992, which was quite amazing. The book was 32 pages and sold for $1.25 at the time. So on this date, 30 years ago today, fifth and final issue of Casper and Friends went on sale from Harvey Comics. And next up, on this date in 2002, 20 years ago today, the WWF, known today as the WWE, held its fourth Backlash pay-per-view at the Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri. The night saw, in the main event saw Hulk Hogan defeat Triple H for the undisputed WWF Championship. Also, WWF Tag Team Champions Billy and Chuck defeated Maven and Al Snow in a match for the number one contendership to the WWF Championship. Undertaker defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin with Ric Flair as the special guest referee. Eddie Guerrero defeated Rob Van Dam to win in a match for the WWF Intercontinental Championship. Brock Lesnar defeated Jeff Hardy. Taz retained the WWF Women's Championship over Trish Stratus. Let's see. And then Tajiri defeated Billy Kidman for the WWF Cruiserweight Championship. So on this date, 20 years ago today, WWF held its Backlash pay-per-view. And finally, 15 years ago today, back in 2007, Shin-El Animation's Crayon Shin-Chan Fierceness that invites Storm, the singing Buttocks Bomb, and TMS Entertainment's Detective Conan, Jolly Roger, and the Deep Azure both premiered on this date in Japan back 15 years ago today. Shin-El Animation's Crayon Shin-Chan Fierceness that invites Storm, the singing Buttocks Bomb, and TMS Entertainment's Detective Conan, Jolly Roger, and the Deep Azure, both anime films. Both anime films debuted on this date back in 2007. So there you go, everybody. Well, I know maybe a couple of you dropped in for a quick moment, which I appreciate. No, we had a little bit of a hectic night because of the power outage. But I'm glad everybody came out tonight. So before we leave you, a couple of quick announcements. Tomorrow night, of course, is our historical comic retrospect. That goat should hopefully be with me. Hopefully he's doing okay. Though we haven't seen him all week. Hopefully he's been getting some rest, and hopefully we'll see him tomorrow night. Also, don't forget that next Saturday, April the 30th, excuse me there, I will be on Critical Blast channel promoting the channel. So I'll be on next Saturday, April 30th on Critical Blast at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. So I hope to see you all there. I hope to see you all tomorrow night as well. And until then, bye!